What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2 for just a little fun science experiment. Today I'm going to be comparing the difference between Plasma Echo and Plasma Burst. Now, Plasma Echo, of course, your plasma defense, has a chance to attack twice. So this is going to give you raw single target damage, versus Plasma Burst, plasma defense hits. It has a chance to overload, dealing additional damage to nearby enemies. So we've got one that gives us more single target damage. We've got one that turns it into a little bit of an AoE defense. Now, if this Plasma Burst was a mod, similar to like the Engineer's mod for railguns, I think it would be a no-brainer to use this. However, it's very situational, I think, on which one is better in which situation between Plasma Echo and Plasma Burst. Now, for this experiment, we're going to be using the same relic in the same shards except that one. So I'm using this guy with controller, defense rate, and anti-melee on it. Mass Destruction, Vicious Strikes, and Plasma Echo. We're here in Elemental Rumble Hard, Unholy Catacombs on Water Week, and we're basically just going to do the first wave and compare the two. Now, we're giving it full buffs, full bells and whistles here. So we're going to go with a Werewolf General. We're going to put down 10 PDTs, and then we're also going to CC and debuff the lanes. So starting things off, let's just get our plasma defenses down. We're going to go with 10 of those bad boys, and just throw it in there, something like this. Couple more over on this side, 410 total. Now, I'm going to do the exact same build both ways, and my goal is going to be to not have to boost. So, no tower boost on my defenses if I can get away with it. We'll have to see how that is. Wave 1, it shouldn't be too terrible, but we will have to see how that goes. So we got everything we're going to want up here. We've got our pylons on our werewolf. We got buff beam, boost star. We got our 10 plasmas. So now we're going to come down below and, you know, as I mentioned, we're just going to do the exact same thing. So we're going to get a scanner in to provide some CC and debuff enemies. And then I'm going to use a water aura with anti-healing. That's going to give us the electrocute combo where it's valid. And also is going to provide anti-heal for any of those water lanes. And we're just going to do it the exact same way both times. That way we get as close to apples as possible. Now this, of course, is a very, very situational type situation. Situational situation. And that is, you know, this map, of course, is just designed to use the AoE shard. You know, the enemies are coming out in a tight pack. 2 lanes get grouped together for a period and then separate out. So the enemies are going to be very, very close together and very, very tight. Now, just to fill in the rest of the DU, let's get our diverse on our buff beam and boost star kicking. And we'll throw a frost strikes up here and a water aura up here just to provide more diverse with the additional. And then I'm going to use the 400 left over to upgrade 8 of these PDS. And we're going to do it exactly the same way both times. That way we get that comparison. And see if we even notice a difference at all. Let's just let it fly here and see what we can do. Now, like I said, I'm going to try to not buff at all. So unless I'm about to die, you know, I'm going to go ahead and not buff. So far, so good. Everything is just getting melted. There's a couple of mobs. Well, they got burned off. A couple of mobs coming close to making the turn. Now, this, of course, is using Plasma Echo. So I've got that superior single target damage. And remember, that's going out in bursts of 3 as well. So it is hitting 3 different enemies. But, of course, multiples can stack on the same target also. Okay, now here we go. A little bit of a pack is starting to push through. Over on this side, are they actually going to make it, though? It looks like they're getting burned out. So we got that one little leak, really. Everything's dying, though. The stuff is leaking, but it's not making it all the way up. They're getting a little closer now. Close enough for my pet to take a shot there. But, I mean, altogether, pretty smooth. You know, fully AFK, no buffing at all. Now, I am using Radiant Shards, but we'll do that on our comparison run as well. And yeah, it looks like the entire lane is going to burn fully AFK without adding in anything. Now, we did get pushed really heavily here with mana dropping as far up as like right at that centerpiece. I'd already picked a couple of pieces up. It looks like that's all that's going to be to make it, but let's just say this line right here coming out is where the closest the enemies got. So let's go ahead and let the rest of these burn off, and then we will try this out the exact same way, but instead of using Echo, we'll use Burst, and see if there's a noticeable difference. There may not even be a difference at all, particularly on this map. You see, that was pretty smooth sailing. Let's go ahead and start over on Wave 1 and try this out with the other setup. Alright, so here we are. We're back in action. Let's go ahead and swap it up. So, what? We want to get rid of Plasma Echo now, and we'll go with Plasma Burst instead. Where did you go, oh Plasma Burst? When it's sitting right here, let me just pick it up. There we go. So we got Plasma Burst in now, so we're going to be getting the AoE damage. So let's go ahead and build it out the exact same way and check out the results. Alright, so we've got our map rebuilt using Plasma Burst this time, of course. And we're going to go ahead and upgrade the exact same way. I got the scanners and the water auras placed. I want to say it's, you know, it's probably not exact, but it's roughly about the same positions. And let's check it out with Plasma Burst instead. So is the AoE greater than the single target? More than anything, I think this comparison is just for fun. I think I will probably use Echo more. I think Echo would be viable on more maps, and then situationally, Burst will probably be better. And like I said, this is one of those maps where Burst ideally would shine. But let's check it out and see how bad we leak. We know where the mana went to before. So the mana drops were right at this edge right up here, as far as anything made it. It looks like with Burst, the enemies are... there's more enemies pushing in. Let me stay over here for these Radiants. We've got one coming up on that side, too. It seems like more are pushing in right now than it was with Echo. But let's see where the mana's dropping. It looks like they're going to be about the same, probably, or really close to the same on this particular map. But additionally, this map is a map where Burst should really be able to shine. And you see now they're pushing all the way into the core here now with Burst. Now it's a Wither Beast. So, oh, it's a Wither Beast with the heal. We'll go ahead and assist here. Well, I think that shows it right there. The Plasma Echo got through the Wither Beast with the heal, and the Plasma Burst was struggling with it. As far as burning down the packs, it's doing pretty good. I'm not sure I can really see a ton of those explosions going off. There's another water one. Try to keep this in the anti-heal here for a moment. That's kind of surprising to me, to be honest with you, because I really thought Plasma Burst was just going to melt this map. And it's definitely just not doing as good as Plasma Echo did. And like I said, I feel like this is a real burst-friendly map. Yeah, there we were. So, I mean, both of them were, you know, obviously pretty smooth running. I think that you can get value out of both of them, but even with having 2 lanes packed together into one here throughout the map, I definitely feel like Plasma Echo did a little bit better. Now let's go ahead and let's just test that theory further. Let's grab Echo back. Oops. So let's get Plasma Echo back in there, and let's check out Wave 2 and how it does with the boss. But yeah, that definitely seems smoother. Now, obviously, we got 1,000 mana here for Wave 2. I'm going to dump that into the Buff Beam and the Boost Aura. And then see how it goes through Wave 2. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I really thought Burst was going to clean house on this map. And I just feel like Echo does a little bit better. I think it's maybe the combination of the 3 shots. Because if it fires again, it's not one beam. You know, it's a burst of 3 new beams going out. Let's see how the Orc Fire Commander does here with no boosting or anything. I mean, he's not exactly melting, but he is dying. Just now made it out of the... Or really just into, like, the center of that water aura. Now, of course, if I was boosting as well, then we get some real screaming going on. So when we boost, then we just see all those enemies just die that were making it up. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I do think that this is a very, very, very situational setup. But I don't know. I think I like Plasma Echo more than I do Plasma Burst. But tell me what you all think. What are you guys using? Burst versus Echo? Or are you being real gutsy and going with both of them? That is always an option as well. But let me know what you all think. But that is going to get it for this one, though. So thanks an absolute ton for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you all soon. Take it easy.